Hi everybody, round of 16 continues with Yago Dora being the last goofy foot standing, taking on J.Marshall, looking for a spot into the quarterfinals. Yago having the best start of his career as far as the first half of the season go. During the break, Jake did this.
So nice little high line there, another one to follow, and hits this second, third section up into the lip here. Does he get the finish? He does. So a few little turns, nice couple of combos, and just weaving this one through to the inside. And let's see if he gets the finish here. Nice paced approach. It's a good, nice start for Jake.
Well done. Also, Yago Dora getting his opener.
Yeah, so Yago, like you said, Joey, the last remaining goof in the draw. Connor O'Leary went down yesterday, and it's Yago out here doing it for the goofs. To see if he can get his maiden win out here and join that very limited list of goofies that have rung that bell. So bringing it through to the inside. This one just sort of lacking a little bit of energy, but he gets the finish.
Yeah, well, the master of that cutback, right? That carving cutback. Here we go. Yago Dora, wave number 2, Joey, and Yago's flaring.
Love it. Little tail drift to start for Dora. Jams it on the next section, and now getting out in front, keeping the rhythm alive. 3 nice, clean turns for our goofy footer from Florianopolis, Santa Catarina, Brazil. Nice easy pace in his step. Looks like he'll go the distance. Let's see what he can do for a finishing move. It's another off the top for Dora, and he hangs on. 2 CT wins.
At Kaipo's point, you know, that he brings up, obviously you got the contrast in stance, but not only is it stance, it's also approach, and we see it right here. Yago just puts it all on the line, adds that bit of progression to the first turn, and there is the difference that he's going to the lip. I think Jake, we saw that more horizontal approach, but it was very flowy. His wave size was also a little bit bigger. But when I kind of like this approach. I liked what he said, you know, about traveling with Miggy, his brother, last year. And he's like, it's all we needed. Like, yeah, I'd say it probably just feels like what it was when they were growing up together, just surfing and hanging out.
Here's Yago Dora, just speeding, adjusting that first section, wanting to throw the full rotation. When you see him avoid a section, you had something different in mind. Ends up falling on the punt. Here's J.Marshall. Nice first connection there for Jake. The Californian throws down the top turn, creating some space here for a climb. So solid over that sharp eye surfboard. He's in hunting mode there. Tail drift, slides out.
Jake, second weight of the set, obviously a lot cleaner. Snaps it up here. Ever so slightly wraps this one, but you can see it this wave, that bit of onshore, it's just like, you know, what it'll do is it'll crumble that section in front of you, and Jake just was playing a little bit of catch up, those third and fourth turns, gets around it, absolutely cracks that inside section.
Letting that first wave go through. Now Yago is the one out there in red, so a little bit wider than Jake. Jake showing his intent to go, and so Yago will take it off him. He's got some open face to work with here. Quickly to the top. Beautiful bottom turn, throws down the wrap. Driving into the open face again. Nice arc there, going more straight up. Well-timed backhand snap into a carve. Dora feeling it. Multiple turns out the back, and now running towards the end section. It could be a little soft in there, but judges like to see a finish on your feet, and he'll just throw it in to the whitewater a couple of times. Well done.
Yeah, this was really well surfed. My favorite wave of the heat. Gets up into the lip here, carves around this section, and then he actually ends up creating a second little vertical hit here with that first carve. He sets that up so that he's so deep. He actually created that little bit of foam to hit, which was really cool, super creative. And then brings it through the inside. This wave also had a bit more height to it as well. So I think just the sheer fact of the height gives you more energy, more speed throughout those turns. It was my favorite wave of the heat.
Great words from Yago right in transition after his previous wave. He's already in motion again. Hasn't even heard the score yet, but just sticking to surfing. Nice end section. He's got time to hit it this time. His wave before was just already a bunch of whitewater. And he got there nice and early to now have a couple of waves for the judges to digest with 9:10 on the clock. But yeah, wonderful words from Yago. Learned a lot and then qualified for the tour. And now he's a world title threat. This is what he just did.
Yeah, so this one he paddled back out after the previous wave, and he just got this underneath priority. I mean, he was sitting a bit further in than Jake. Jake sort of had a look, but Yago said, I'll roll the dice here. And I actually liked it. There was a bit more size to this one as well. It was a set wave.
Pedersen Crisanto, Marco Giorgi. It actually gets a little colder in the south of Brazil, so they'd get used to wearing wetsuits in the winter months. Here's Yago. Hits that first section. He's finding a flow here in these onshore conditions. Beautiful bottom turn. How about a tail blow to surf that section up? Looks like he's got a little inside wall. It's not even breaking. Now he's going to go left. Why not?
Of course.
And just turns in a tidy little frontside tail slide.
Breakdown Yago's first. So this one here, up into the lip, sort of a transition floater, comes around this section, little carve, but I like how he just overpowers this section and goes progressive. He knows there's not much else to offer here. That water's going to fill into the bowl. Let's just blow the fins out. So he's giving that variety on your backhand here, which is hard to do. And brings it through to the inside, and like we said, Joey, you could just already see he was just getting excited to go left. I don't blame him. And just gets snappy on the inside. Almost like you get more pop in your stance.
The patience game for J.Marshall, and just drills the first turn. Well overhead section. Holds that rail. Off to a great start. Tracking down the line into the pocket. Just his fourth look in this matchup. Nice easy flow off the bottom, off the top. He will lose a climbing float. But some of the best rail decisions he's had in this heat.
But out the back, best quality wave of the heat. Instantly tells size, the power, the energy he's carrying through that turn. It's undeniable. Big carve down, reminiscent of yesterday's sort of approach. Banks it around. It's another carving maneuver here. Things steepen up. You can just tell when it steepens up on that section like it did, that it just the size of the wave to like allow you to get into that sort of turn as we have a closer look at just how the whole nose of his board was underneath the water. Then you could just tell how hard he's pushing, and just look at all that spray being projected, that back arm coming around. He's on his way to another great score here. Just beautiful technique, just so reminiscent of yesterday.
Yago paddles, needs a 6.5, he's up in time. This wave counts. First turn just a tap. He's got a lot of speed from it. Ton of white water shutting him down, and it's not going to let him perform. There's the frustration. Loves surfing in a wetsuit. Loves these longer right-handers where he's got time to show off that power and precision on the Bell's Bowl. And getting past a guy who's been in the rhythm with results and winning an event this year.